all or nothing. We ended up with nothing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it happens to be for you. I hope you are doing very well. We are going to speak about the game that we've just had. And in all honesty, that first half was unacceptable. When you watched that game, the first maybe, I think 10, 15 minutes, it was like quite scrappy. I don't think any of us really had a chance. I think that we were very slow when we were building up. Villa were very quick, and I do think that we were not really looking like we were setting up to win that game. Let's be completely honest. We got the injury to Richie and had to make changes, which is, I feel sorry for him. He pulled up. You could see it was probably a hamstring, I expect. But yeah, as I say, I don't think that was acceptable under any circumstances. The two goals that we conceded were sloppy. We did close them down. It was just awful. And from really their first goal, we allowed them to completely control that game. Like, they controlled it completely. We weren't setting any kind of tempo. We weren't setting anything. Let's be completely honest about it. It was terrible. And so going into that second half, being 2-0 down, I didn't feel for one moment that we really had anything in us to really adjust it and to change it. I don't know. I just felt hopeless. I was frustrated. I don't know about any reviews, but I was like, what was the plan? Was it just not to lose again? Unacceptable if that was the case. So we come out the second half and we actually put in some effort. Once we put in some effort, you can see what happens. Now, I don't know if that was Thomas Frank telling them to put in the effort, or if the players just took it upon themselves to say, listen, guys, we're going to have to put something in this because of the way that the fans have been feeling, and how they've obviously been sort of against us and booing and all the shenanigans that have been going on. For me, I just honestly feel like that bit of extra effort was needed, but it still wasn't enough. We scored that goal, and yes, that was a fantastic goal. I do think it was very well worked and a great finish. However, like I say, don't think it was enough. Like, it just was not enough. I think they backed off a little bit as well. I don't think it was necessarily all us. I do think they backed off because they felt that they were comfortable with that 2-0 lead. They didn't look too worried, if you like, even when we got that goal. Then they started doing the whole rolling around, holding their knees, etc., not getting anyone on to help them medically so they don't have to go off the pitch and wasting time, and managing the game basically, which we never did. We lost our heads. We got hot-headed about stuff because decisions weren't going our way, and we just lost it. We just lost the plot. And as I say, I don't think overall it was really good enough. Even with that effort, it was more like Paulinho being an absolute madman and winning all the tackles, going in for every tackle, and being Paulinho basically. And I think that's what drove us, because he was determined to do better for us and himself and the team. So, as I say, I think that second half effort was all well and good, but it was not good enough. I don't think it was good enough by a long shot. I really, really don't. And when it comes to Thomas Frank, I just think now he should be under enormous, enormous pressure, because now we're out of the cup. We've only got the Champions League. And let's be completely honest, we're not going to win the Champions League. Everybody knows we're not going to win the Champions League. So I just feel like it is pointless this season. We're dwindling in 14th place as this time when I've recorded this. It's just not acceptable. Like, it is not acceptable. And I can't stand why he is being kept, if I'm completely honest. I just don't understand, because at this point, I don't think that anybody else can do any worse. I think the morale of the team is down. I think that the way we play is causing the fans to feel down. I think that we all feel completely and utterly in despair when we have to watch that absolute atrocious rubbish. yeah, it was horrible. That first half was just one of the worst halves of football I think I've ever seen, if I'm completely honest. And like I say, I don't think that the second half really made up for it at all. If I'm going to be frank, excuse the pun, but yeah, I don't think it made up for it, not at all. And I do feel like that little bit more effort should be throughout a whole game. Like, why can't we do it from the get go? Why can we not put that effort in from the get go? Now, is it because the manager is holding them back? Is the manager saying to them, listen, I want you to try and contain them, contain them, contain them. And then when we went 2-0 down, the players said, Joe, what? Sod this. We ain't doing this no more. It's really difficult because we can't say 100% which way around it really is, can we? We can't be sure. But all I know is that was atrocious. It was unacceptable. We're going out, dropping out the cup so early on. I think that they said that the last time we dropped out this early was 2014. I think they said it was. Like, that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. I just don't know how long we're going to carry on like this. And I feel like the decision of the board is now vital. I feel like that they need to do what's best for Tottenham Hotspur, and I don't think that keeping Frank here is that. I really don't. I feel like that now he's had his time. I said give him enough rope, and I think that giving him cup games is obviously fair enough, and I understood it. But now we're out of the cup, he's got to go. He really does have to go. I just can't see any other way than for him to go, because it's honestly, it's terrible. Every single game we're like, oh, what is this? You know, every game you hear fans on the screen. You can hear it when I'm watching it. You can hear sighs when we're going backwards again. We're like, oh, you know, it's not good. It's not good at all. And whilst the problem is probably bigger than Frank, I think that more stuff does need to be sorted out. I think that Frank is it is a problem for him still to be here. And if the morale of the team can go up, we can maybe get some results, therefore pushing us up on the table, therefore making a bit more of a happy fan base, and maybe giving somebody who might want to potentially come to Tottenham a bit more reason to come, because they can see that we are a team that's trying to actually take things seriously and not just lose games and it to be acceptable. So I do think that could absolutely help. It can absolutely help us. I think that we still haven't got any players in apart from that one young lad. The board do need to sort that out, and the recruitment team. But at the moment, I don't see why you'd want to come to Tottenham. Let's be completely honest. So we're going to have to really, really pull our socks up, as I say, and make a big boy and girl decision and get Frank gone, because I do honestly think that this is now the time. And I always say there's always a point I think that I reach that I say this is the time, and it is now. It is now for me. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Second half, was that better for you? Did you see an improvement? Or like me, did you just see a little bit of effort, but it still wasn't good enough from a lot of our players? A lot of them weren't good enough yesterday at all. I think Danso was the standout for me. He got his head to literally everything. And Paulinia. And that is saying something when your two more defensive players are your best players. And I think that just sums up Frank Ball, let's be honest. But yeah, take very good care of yourselves. We'll speak again real soon.